This morning I have to get a lump cut out of my armpit. Look like a bag of dicks. Just woke up. Hair's up. I haven't bothered getting a haircut because I'm assuming that's going to have to be shaved off or fall out in a couple of weeks' time. I had to get up and have a light breakfast before my surgery. They said get up and have some toast before you come in for your surgery. I don't eat bread or toast, so I made a smoothie. My mum just came out and had a go at me and she goes, "You can't have a smoothie. Surgeons told you only to eat toast." Toast is one of those foods that probably give you cancer in the first place. So I made my smoothie. It's not as hectic as what I would usually make, but when I went in for the pre-admission for the surgery, they said I need to stop all of my natural health supplements before the surgery because they don't know how to counteract my bleeding because of the natural health supplements. Some of the stuff that makes sense for, I was on real high dose curcumin for inflammation, like 4,000 milligrams, so that's a lot, and also a couple other things I was taking, but some of the other like probiotic powders and things like that I just continued to take because that's just for my gut, and considering now I'm going to have surgery and they're going to give me lots of intravenous antibiotics post-surgery, they said I think it was important for me to keep up the probiotics and the stuff in my gut. It is 6:30 AM. I was meant to be at the hospital at 7 AM. They told me to be there at 7 AM for an 8:30 AM surgery, and I rang the hospital last night because I never heard from anybody over the weekend. They said come in now at 11, so that means my surgery will be this afternoon, and which unfortunately means I might have to stay in a hospital overnight, which I'm not real keen on because I don't want to eat their food. So I told my mum stayed over last night. Courtney's here. I said to Mum and Courtney, if I'm staying over there, you have to bring me food. If there's anything you can do for me today, it's bring me food, because I don't want to eat hospital food. And they said no. So I don't know who else is going to bring me food, but I'm pretty sure I can convince them to bring me something. The next step for me at home this morning, which is something I've been doing daily, and that's something that's kind of just been getting my head right for every single day, because obviously being in this situation is a little bit mentally daunting. You have a lot of up and down emotions. I have said previously that I don't want that to kind of affect my outlook and my quality of life in any way, because there's so much of this game is a mental game, and I've heard that from people within the hospital, within the profession, within the industry, of how strong you have to be mentally to go through something like this. I had made that decision before I'd even 100% known exactly what was going on and how I was going to deal with it. Like I said, I have a friend that helps me out with different meditation exercises that are really targeted specifically at helping me deal with every single day moving forward, because I guess if it's something you or someone else knows in this type of situation, the fear is always of the future, because I have to think about the treatment coming up, what that's going to be like, how I'm going to make it through that. A lot of people say it's tough to make through. Some people don't, unfortunately. I suppose there's many factors as to why that would happen. The future of my own life and mortality. Are you going to be here for this? How's it going to play out? Will it ever come back? Will I be here for my child when he's 5, when he's 10, when he graduates high school, all of those things. But a very important thing that my good friend said to me, which helps me with this exercise I do every single day, and this has to be clear, it's not even just for, say if you have a cancer diagnosis, for example, it's not even just for that. So even if you struggle every day with anxiety, because he made a really good point to me that anxiety is only ever created from the future. So worrying about something that might happen, worry about something that you think is going to happen, worrying about different scenarios that could take place, which usually don't. And the most important thing is realizing that nobody knows what the future holds. Like, nobody. There's so many ways you think things could play out, but it's never going to play out that way, regardless of how you think or feel or act or anxious about things. And the thing is, there's also a thought in this process as well, which can give you a sense of anxiety, is the past. It's like, what could I have done to prevent myself from being in this situation? You know, what could I have done? Maybe was it this? Is this what I did that led to this situation? And like I said, that's not just to do with having an illness or anything like that. It's also can be to do with, you know, business, a business sense, sporting, whatever you think it is. It's like, oh, if I zigged here, I zagged there, this would have happened. Or, oh, what if I don't make it to this final? What if I don't pull off this sales deal? What if I don't make it through my treatment? All those sort of things. They're things that aren't controllable, and they create the anxiety. So getting to my point, morning exercises that I've been doing to help me get through the day, which work an absolute treat. And since I've been doing this, so I've been feeling really average, obviously, because of the health situation. One of the things I've been doing is obviously going almost 100% plant-based diet, a lot of juicing and things like that, try and prep my body, get a good alkaline going on. And with a mixture of that and doing this meditation exercise that I've been doing nearly every day when I get the chance. Obviously some mornings I've just had to get up and go for fundraisers and things like that, but it was sitting down, doing this very first thing when you wake up, and it completely removes that sense of anxiety for the day, which is just a bit of a mantra about, you know, nobody knows what the future holds. I'm the only one that's in control of what's happening right now, and my life and the history of the world was written with the same hand. And now that's a statement that Hassan wrote down for me in the program. Funny enough, I've been reading a book, The Alchemist, which he also gave me, and that exact line, that, you know, the history of the world and my life are written with the same hand, is also in that book I just discovered last night. He's very sneaky and smart how he set things up, Hassan, I noticed. So just doing a bit of a mantra and a meditation every morning, saying you don't know what your future holds, because you don't. You really don't. That's where all your anxiety comes from, because I could sit here and think about a million ways that the next 6 months are going to go, but ultimately every single day is going to determine how it goes, and how I tackle every single minute, every single hour, every single day is going to determine how that goes. Not thinking about the future and not giving myself anxiety, because that anxiety changes your biology and makes you unhealthier than what you should be. And people who've ever suffered from anxiety know what I'm talking about, you know. High blood pressure, elevated heart rate, no mental clarity. These are things that make you sick. And it's not just a physical sickness like an illness, but it's such a mental part, so holistic of how your overall health is. So I'm going to do that now. I do that every single morning to make sure that I'm set up right for the day and being in the present moment, because the more I sit around and go, oh, you know, what's going to happen, I'm not present at all. Then I'm not enjoying every second and every word that Courtney has to say, and every second, every word that my mum has to say, because you never know how much time you have with those people. And I'm trying to enjoy every moment of Courtney being pregnant without worrying about the anxiety of the future. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to wait for the two sleepyheads to wake up, because it's pretty early. And then I'm going to pack some stuff and get prepped for the hospital trip. And if you didn't hear what it was, I usually just repeat, nobody knows what the future holds. Only I'm in control of what's happening right now. and the history of the world and my life were written with the same hand. If you repeat those over and over in a mantra for about 10-15 minutes is what I tend to do most mornings, then my perspective on life changes completely. Any type of worry I have about the situation I'm in just completely vanishes, and my appreciation for everything I have and everybody I have within my life goes up tenfold. And it really makes me think about, you know, if you think about cavemen that lived thousands of years ago, that didn't have all these inputs and these material things that we're trying to achieve and accomplish and collect all the time. You know, they say that, you know, those people died when they're in their 30s, you know, they only lived 30 years, but I believe if you lived a lifestyle like that, hunting, gathering, spending time with family and friends, living in the wilderness without any of those external inputs and nobody to compare yourself to, just living your life as it is. You're watching the sun come up and you're watching the sun go down, no alarms, no nothing. I think those people live 70 or 80 years within those 30 years. So I think the reason their lifespan was so short wasn't just because of health factors, but I think they were mentally fulfilled because of how they lived and where they lived. It's just my 2 cents after my wisdom of meditation in the morning. This is all my stuff. My surgery. Good at 11 AM. Back off from the room on Wednesday. They keep it. It's weird. You awake? No, I wasn't talking to myself. Doing a video. You didn't just hear what I just said, did you? Nothing. Nothing.
Say nothing now.
Just talking about the room on Wednesday.
Oh, I'm not on video, not on Facebook. Nana's already embarrassed
Why is she embarrassed?
because you're talking about sperm stuff on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh well, it's only going to get more embarrassing.
Why?
I might film myself doing it.
Oh, I know you will not.
Bag packed, grub down, ready to go to get cut open. Got my support network here.
That's be a really good table to actually, hello.
My support network for today.
Mum's got ya.
Mum's got me. Courtney's just cruising through life, eating everything. She's pregnant.
I'm on my 3rd piece of toast.
3.
Yeah, and then I've got my 4th coming up.
4 pieces.
4 pieces of toast this morning.
Well, it's making me very hungry because I've been fasting. So, you nearly ready to go?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's do it.
Which one are we going to take, Mum?
Yeah.
You can drive?
Yeah, I can drive. Yeah. Don't change it. Is this your style?